Camilla, impaled, dying. Her comrades running up to catch her, save her, help her, say goodbye. And then a criminal. Fugit ad almes, exteritus auns, laetitia mixtoque metu. Terrified Aruns having been terrified, flees before everyone. With happiness and fear mixed. An ablative absolute, tricky. With happiness and fear having been mixed. They're mixed because, what did he do? He prayed for two things. One, put down Camilla. Put down Camilla. That's one half of the prayer. So now he is fearful that perhaps the second part of the prayer will get answered, but who knows, maybe, maybe not. Camilla's dead. Am I going to be able to return home anonymously and safely? But now this is the most un-Homeric moment, right? He is supposed to despoil the body. He's supposed to have access to Camilla's bling. But what does he do? How does he behave? He runs, flees before everyone. And his cowardly, anonymous behavior, it produces happiness, fear, terror, unwarlike in every way possible. Nec iam amplius hastae corredere nec telis occurrere virginis audet. And no longer, no further, amplius means like further, and no longer does he, audet is my verb, right? I didn't see any verb there. To believe, weapons, to run to, virgin, genitive, audet, to dare. Watch out, audio, to hear, audet, to dare. And it's going to take infinitives. And guess what? Infinitives, we've already seen them. And no longer does he dare to trust the spear further, more. Nor, I'm just going to repeat, you don't have to, does he dare to run into, to encounter the weapons of the virgin, namely Camilla. Even dying, he's still staying away. Impaled, he's still fleeing from the threat that she represents. And he doesn't trust to his spear anymore, right? Doesn't trust to his weapons, defense, combat. It's all about running away, fleeing, run away. And then we have one of the more significant similes we've seen so far. Very significant. How am I supposed to pay attention to what's important in all these videos? Right here. Ac velut illa. Priusquam, it's like a big old conjunction. Priusquam telenimica sequantur. Continuo in montes Cessavius ab didit altos. Ocisa pastora lubis magno inuengo. Conscius adacis facti. Aqualut, aqualut, and just as, there it is, and just as that one. You see that illa, and you're like, illa, who is the illa? But it's a simile, right? So, Aruns is up here, that section's talking about his behavior. But this illa is not literally Aruns, it's comparing Aruns to whoever this illa is, that thing, that man, that male thing. Is it a man? What's it talking about? It's tricky. You don't know what the illa is until you get to lupus. And what is a lupus? Lupus. Oh, it's a wolf. It's a wolf. It's a wolf. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gods. Oh my goddess. A wolf. A wolf. A wolf. I wonder if in Roman history there is some sort of significant foundation story, which this is. This is a foundation story. This is a foundation story where there are wolves involved. I wonder. And I wonder if these names like Camilla and Aruns have any relationship to actual Roman history. I wonder. Maybe I'll tell you to go look for those names, maybe, as an assignment. No, I heard I've already been giving you too much, so. And just as that wolf, prisquam, sooner than. Sometimes it's even written as a single word. But just as that one, before, sooner than, before, hateful weapons could follow, immediately he buried himself isolated in the tall mountains. Let's say that's a very hard line. Immediately he buried himself in the tall mountains. Usually this alto is describing Montes. So, what's it talking about? Buried himself? Does it mean he literally buried? No. Hid himself in tall mountains with a pastor, with a shepherd having been killed, the wolf, there's my subject. Oh my gosh, so I'm gonna go back. It's fine. You see, I did all that. Maybe that's how you read, right? There's this I just gotta go back and figure it out again. That's the process. That's it. And just as that wolf, before hateful weapons could follow, immediately isolated. It literally means pathless, where there are no paths. So isolated, right? Because anything that has no way to get to it is isolated. Isolated, he hid himself in the tall mountains, with a shepherd having been killed, or a great bull. Now, you have to really unpack this a little bit to understand what's going on. The wolf is an apex predator, except for humans. And not always have humans eradicated apex predators from their environments. And so, wolves have a very special horror for more rural, pre-modern cultures. The wolf could show up and eat you, eat your children, eat your livestock, which is, in the modern world, maybe we're experiencing some awareness now, but the margins are thin, are smaller. So every piece of livestock, a goat or a cow or sheep, everyone is critical to your continued survival. So anytime out in the rural areas, and rural areas in the ancient world were really rural, much more sparsely populated. There would be a shepherd who had a wolf kill one of his flock, or a farmer himself could get killed by a wolf, and then all the other farmers in the area would band together to hunt the man-killer wolf down. And that's what's happening here. The wolf has killed either a shepherd or a bull, and those hateful weapons that are following him, they're the weapons of the gathered communal farmers and shepherds, herders. Now, dog. I hope you've been picking up my use of dog kind of words. To put down, for instance. It's because in epic, it's traditional that disruptive women are called female dogs. Disruptive women are called female dogs. The Greek is kune. It is a slur, a slander that persists to this day. That word shows up in various contexts where gender dynamics play out with regard to power. And so Camilla, who is the disruptive woman, presumably would be in some sort of simile implying that she is a female dog. But that's not what's going on here. In this simile, this character Aruns, he is being compared, called a dog. He is the female dog. Immediately, isolated, he hid himself in the tall mountains, with a shepherd having been killed, or with a great bull, aware of his audacious deed. And caudam querem multens yecit paventem utero petit silvas. And softening, it's also like tucking back. Tucking back, it placed underneath the quivering tail. Now, those of you who are dog owners will understand this gesture right away. What is it? Yes, when your dog knows it's done something wrong and it should be punished, and it knows it needs to be punished, and it gets caught, what does it do as an expression of shame? Yes, it tucks its tail. It tucks its tail between its legs. But very specifically, this dog, curling back, placed underneath the quivering tail, of course it's quivering in fear, what does he place it on? His uterus. Yes. The gender dynamics here become impliedly true here and explicit there. It's an inversion of epic from the Iliad and the Odyssey, where those disruptive women get compared to female dogs. This character here, who was disruptive to the order, the Homeric order, but still at the same time reinforcing it. You see the contradiction and the conflict there? He becomes the female dog. And he sought the woods.